Pranam to Ma Skandmata, who's the mother of Skanda and all the universe. In our earlier stories, we talked about how the Devas were very eager for Shiva and Adi Shakti to unite because only a son born to Shiva would be able to kill the Asura Tarkasura. Tarkasura, like other Asuras, he wanted to be the most powerful and rule the entire cosmos. So he did severe penance to Brahma. He, did severe tap in order to get a boon. And when he had reached a certain level of tapasya, Brahma had to appear and he asked for immortality. For asuras, death always seems to be the worst thing in life. And they don't realize there are worse things than dying. But of course, Brahma couldn't grant that. And at that time, Shiva was as far away removed from the world or from women as can be, and it had been like that for Indians and for like huge yugas, and so so this is what this, and he thought that this was impossible, that Shiva would never have a child. So he said that that may only the son of Shiva be able to kill him. And once he got his boon, he became totally. Uh, Once he got his boon, he just struck terror in all the worlds. He felt invincible. He was invincible for all practical purposes. And yeah, and he just struck terror in all the three worlds: the Deva world, the human world, and the Asura world. So then we've over the past few days, we've seen how Shiva and Shakti finally get together. And then there are many stories on, and some stories are at variance with each other, they differ from each other completely. But the whole essence is that Shiv and Shakti, they go together into a yogic sadhana. Maybe it was a tantric sadhana, but they come together, and when their energies unite, it forms this ball of energy. And this is the ball of energy formed from union of Shiv and Shakti. So it can, it's like a power battery pack for the whole cosmos. It is, and I think that is what Kushmanda energy, yesterday's Ma's energy, is all about. She is the energy source that powers the whole universe. And this is also the cosmic egg. So anywhere anything is being born in the cosmos, whether it be stars or people or anything, that cosmic egg, that energy, that life energy in all these eggs and all creation, that fire comes from Ma Kushmanda. So now the Devas were very, very impatient. They had waited and waited and waited for this child of Shiva, and they are like, this ball of energy can become a child. So they have Agni, who's a lord of fire, because no one else can even handle this ball of fire. They have Agni hold this ball of fire and put it in a hiding, but even Agni cannot bear the heat. And he spills it, or he puts it on the bank of Ganga, because even he can't bear it. And that's where this child is born. And then now he cannot be left on the banks of Ganga, even though Ganga has been a kind of surrogate. Then, he is advised to take the child to the planet of the nakshatra of the Kritika nakshatra, which is far, far away in the Pleiades constellation. So that's where he's nurtured. Now, even an ordinary woman, if you have her, even if there is an ordinary woman and you have her child separated from her, you're going to see the fury, you're going to see the worst possible, terrible form of her. And this is the most powerful woman in the entire cosmos. This is Adi Shakti. she was furious. And the moment knew that the devas had, there were curses to the devas. They were like, devas would not have, would not be able to enjoy with their children. And there are lots of stories of the trouble devas have had with their children. And she curses Agni that he's always going to be surrounded by black smoke, like his face is going to become black always. And anyone who touches him will come to ashes. So, and then the devas and Shiva, they kind of placate her. And if you want to please a mother, do something for the child. So they keep giving boons to the child that he's going to be ever youthful. He is going to be he's never going to lose in war. And so finally she cools down, and she uh she agrees for uh the Kritikas to take care of the son. And I've often wondered that why does Adi Shakti, she can't get to raise her own son? She's the most powerful woman in the world, for crying out loud. And then I realized that even Ganga, even Kritika, even the Devas, they are all through her. She is everyone's mother. She's also the mother of all the people in the three worlds who were suffering, the Devas, the Asuras, the men. So she is the mother. So even though there is a special relationship with her and Kartikeya, but still she is mother of all. And she has this oneness with all. So really, even when Kartikeya is, sorry, Kritikas are raising Kartikeya, it is also a form of who she is. And so I think that is the beauty of motherhood. Um, I so it is, so you can see how this is connected to the moon. The moon is a very maternal energy. It is very connected to all the women's cycles. It is, even the calendar used to be a lunar calendar a long time ago. And your mother is your first primordial source of emotions. um, your whole emotional world and all your emotional connections have their origin in your connection with your mother. And it doesn't mean that if your connection with your mother is ruined, you will not have good emotional relationships with others. It's just it is very difficult, and you would have to work through that. Now, and 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 sometimes it's not your mother, but it's your mother figure, or maybe your grandma, who was that energy for you. And even the other emotional safe places that we have. So the womb was our emotional hotspot, our first emotional safe place. And then your home, your mother, and these are all reflections of the same moon energy. These are reflections of what Ma Skandmata means to us in this world, in our this life. The advantage is in praying to Skandmata, we are also praying to Skanda, who's sitting on her lap, her son. And Skanda's energy is very Mars like. And praying to him, we harmonize our Mars. And we will be studying more of that energy tomorrow when we study the next Mata in the series, whose Shakti is reflected by the Mars. So I bow down again to Ma Adi Shakti. I bow down to Ma Skandamata, and may she bless us all.